Welcome back to Lounge Talk. Best sports gambling week of the year. Thanksgiving week. You got college games on all day. You got NFL, you got college football, you got NBA. We're gonna have fun. This guy's crushing the kids. He's the
I
best
got
with the kids right here.
I'm kind of overwhelmed.
Why?
It's a lot, bro.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
We had a crazy week, so we got a crazy bankroll going. I guess we got to start with
You have a crazy bankroll going.
yeah, but we got to start with obviously the ticket that shocked everyone. Stone Smart, Tommy Tremble. Listen, I woke up. I said, let me make a weird ass bet today. Two random guys to score. Let me parlay them. Honestly, my favorite touchdown of the day was Rondale Moore. I woke up. I said him first, but I was like,
Love
all right,
that
Rondale
play.
Moore, Justin Fields back, DJ Moore. Actually, Tommy was like, yo, do DJ Moore. So we parlayed them together. That smacked.
Good combo.
And then 10 minutes later, Tommy Tremble scored to smack the plus 6,300. I mean, that was crazy. You had some money on that, didn't you?
Crazy, bro. I mean, the second I saw it, I was like, who the hell is Stone Garrett? And I was like,
No,
you know
Stone
what?
Smart. Stone Smart.
Stone
Garrett,
Smart.
shout out to Washington Nationals.
Excuse me. I was like, who the hell is Stone Smart? And I was like, you know what? This is just going to hit. So, yeah,
know
I
what?
tailed it, threw a little bit on it.
You know why I
Thank
took
you, Larry.
Stone Smart? Because I've watched enough Chargers primetime games. They feature two tight ends all the time. Everett's out. So when Everett got hurt earlier in the season, I live bet Trey McKitty to
Right.
score.
Right.
And I'm watching the game and I'm like, oh, this guy Stone Smart plays, not Trey McKitty. Why didn't I do Stone Smart? So when Everett got ruled out, I'm like, all right, Stone Smart plus 700. I'll rock with Stone Smart. But then I'm like, who should I pair him with? And honestly, I thought about pairing him with Shoemaker on Dallas. He scored.
Right.
Or just doing Moore because I liked him too. And I'm like, I have Moore in something else. And like Shoemaker could easily not score. What about Tommy Tremble? Is Hayden Hurst playing? And once I saw Hayden Hurst was out, I'm
Right.
like, if they get down to the goal line, Bryce Young needs a safety valve. Tommy Tremble, tight end one for the day. Let's lock in those two plus 6,300. And honestly, the odds should have been probably like plus 10,000. The true odds for both of them to score, like, you're telling me it's plus 6,300. Like, it should have easily been plus 10,000.
Yeah, probably. But like you said, I mean, the other starting tight ends were out. But,
Yeah.
No, it was a really, really good look. Like you just said, Herbert, he loves his tight ends.
He
right?
loves his
It doesn't
tight
matter
ends.
who's in, whether
Yeah.
it's Parham, whether it's Everett.
Dude, people are like, why would you ever take... Tommy even called me and was like, yo, who is Stone Smart and why are you taking him? I'm like, dude, trust me. He's going to be on the field. He might not score, but the fact that he's on the field enough at plus 700, it's worth it to me. Like,
100%.
I'll take him.
100%.
I'll take him.
And even the Tommy Tremble look, right? Like you said, Bryce Young, he likes to get the ball out of his hands quick.
I mean, it came in motion. I didn't
How
know it was him.
excited were you though
bro.
when Tommy Tremble comes across the field in
Dude,
motion?
I didn't even know it was him. So I said to my boy, I'm like, yo, just record this in case Tommy Tremble scores so we can get a clip.
Right.
And like,
Shout out Rube.
Tommy Tremble comes in motion. I don't even know it's him because like, I thought it was Thielen because he was kind of light.
I knew exactly.
I was like, that's not. And then he like squeezed in. I'm like, wait, 82? Oh my God. Tommy Tremble just fucking scored. Are you
crazy,
kidding me?
dude. It was hype.
Dude, I couldn't believe it because Moore had scored like 5 minutes prior and then Tremble scored. And I'm like, yo, what? The same thing happened last year when I got really hot. Remember when Zay Jones, Dawson Knox, Taysom Hill, they all scored in like a 10-minute span. I'm like, this is the same exact feeling right now.
That's the best of it. That's the cool thing about Sunday NFL, right? It's like touchdown scores. You're watching red zone and just everything happens so fast.
Dude, so fast. Like,
they all scored like
those
within
are like
a couple plays of
life
each other.
changers, honestly. Like, it sounds crazy to say, but like last year you got really hot and like those kind of tickets, dude, that one tweet has 1 million impressions.
Crazy.
1 million impressions on a tweet is like,
Yeah.
that's my first million impression tweet.
Yeah.
I can't believe I see 1 million next to that, but that's crazy. 1 million people saw that tweet.
No, I mean,
It's so ugly. That's why,
yeah, I was just about to say that nobody had those two guys to
No.
score, right?
dude. Nobody had those two
What
guys.
a lay though. What a lay though, bro.
Truthfully, like, when I make those kind of plays, like, do I expect them to hit? Absolutely not. Do I think the value is good enough to put them out to a ton of people to tail? Yeah, that's why I did it.
100%.
Because they're on the field. Like, they're on the field. They're going to get opportunities. So if they're going to get opportunities, I'm going to take them.
That safety for the Packers missed that tackle too. I don't know if did you see the
No, I didn't see the whole. I just saw him
Oh,
sprinting
my
down the
God.
sideline.
Bro, dude, he probably should have got tackled, and he broke the tackle and just
Well, I think they each. I
Cruise
think
down the
Tommy
sideline.
Tremble, and Stone Smart each have one catch.
that's.
I'm not like positive on. I know Tommy Tremble had one catch for 4 yards.
We call that Larry Luck, by the
Yeah,
way.
Larry Luck. I've been doing good stuff for people left and right. I've been, trying to help people as much as I can. Need that good gambling karma. But
Good things happen to good people.
a lot of bad things happened to me earlier in the week. We're losing parlays by 1. Tommy's plus 12,000 parlay of Bogdan Bogdanovic to make 4 threes. He shoots 3 for 12.
I don't even want to talk about
I
that.
mean, like-
I was on that one too, and like if you would
He's not on a lot of the bets, but when he's on them, you'll know.
I tail a lot of the big ones.
Only the big ones he tails.
But yeah, if you would have told me that Bogey would have went 0 for 7 from 3 in the second half, I would have told you that you're crazy.
I mean, that one hurt. That one hurt.
It did.
Because we got Melton.
but-
Melton. It was kind of stressful. We got Melton. Who was the other one? Bridges? Oh, PJ Washington.
No, it was PJ Washington who came
he
out
got
4
it
for
real
4
quick.
in like the first quarter from 3.
PJ
It was
Washington
great.
snapped that game.
So,
Yeah, good look by. I mean, listen, all week Tommy's hit a
great-
bunch of parlays NBA. I missed a couple by a hair. I hit a fun NBA one on Saturday. Big college football day. Walked away with about I think like 8 units in college football.
Another good weekend of college.
Dude,
football,
we're on
man.
fire with college football.
Another good
We love the
weekend.
kids. We love betting on the kids.
The best.
There's nothing more I like than sitting in the lounge with Frank, stressing late game college football. I mean, Michigan State had to have a game-winning drive to beat Indiana. Like, Michigan State, they stink. Louisville had to hold off Miami. Penn State had to cover 19 and a half.
Woo.
Like, all of that was so stressful. I'm
So
sitting here like,
stressful.
yo, Dad, leave me alone. Like,
Right.
this is a big ticket for me.
Yeah.
I randomly had $500 to win $6,500 on this ticket or $6,000 on this ticket. Like, that's a big bet for me.
Like that. Chill out.
Dad, I can't do anything
get the
else.
hell away from
Just
me
watch
right
the
now.
game. And then how about I'm like, yo, Dad, watch this. If Louisville wins, I'm gonna win like $6,000 or $6,500, whatever it was. They throw a Hail Mary and they catch it.
Oh my god.
And he's like, wait, they almost scored. That would have screwed you. I'm like, yeah, that would have screwed me. Thank
And
God
you,
I got tackled.
and you know if he catches that ball, they're probably gonna go for 2 and just
win.
and just go for the win. So
Yeah.
that would have been stressful in
Dude,
itself.
College football and college basketball, I think, are the most stressful sports to watch because they're so fun. They're back and forth. They're going towards the end, but you can get screwed so easily.
Yep.
I think odds makers are so sharp with college spreads. They come down to the last foul shots all the time.
Yeah, college basketball for sure.
Yeah, we're kind of on a crazy streak with college basketball lives too. We're just going crazy. Let's run through
yeah, you're killing it.
let's run through the weekend of games. So Cleveland, Pittsburgh. I mean, exactly what you anticipated. Low scoring, dud. Not a lot of touchdown scores, so we didn't really bet that
Yeah,
game.
you kind of knew how that game was gonna go.
Yeah, I honestly like the Browns, but 2.5 point spread. It seems like too easy.
Yeah, it's one of those games where like I personally didn't touch it. I mean, I'm a DTR fan, but still, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. You have a backup QB in. Steelers have a good defense.
Yeah.
But came down to the end.
Here's a fun one. Frank texted me early in the morning. Cardinals plus 5.5. I said Texans minus 5.5. That was the only one we kind of just weren't seeing. And I'm always gonna go with my gut. That's the thing. Every time I don't go with my gut and I lose because I let someone else get in my head with their pick, I'm like, why didn't I just go with my gut?
Right.
So no matter what now, even if the most respected person in the game says like they like this and I like the opposite, I just go with my gut. Because I'd rather lose on my gut than someone else's, but Frank's gut was better on that pick.
I mean, you get lucky sometimes, but no, you're 100% right though. Like you have to like. It's actually easy, especially nowadays, right? Because there's so many. If you just look on Twitter, right, you'll see so many different guys that you probably like tailing sometimes, and you'll see a play, and you be on the opposite side. But at the end of the day, always go with what you think is right, and
You know how many
and kinda
times
how
we
you see
probably
the game. So
would have cashed like crazy parlays if we just like wrote our gut instead of be swayed by someone else's opinion.
100%.
Yeah, so it comes to a point where you're sick of being swayed by someone else's opinion. Just go with your gut. People call me, like our boys hit me up like, yo, what do you think about this parlay? I literally don't give them any opinion. I tell them, go with your gut.
Yeah.
Because if I tell you the wrong thing and you would have won, you're going to be sick. Just go with your gut.
Exactly. It's gambling at the end of the day. Like that game is perfect example. Like Cardinals probably could have won the game outright. Houston could have easily covered. Like it just sometimes the ball bounces a different way.
I mean,
I think
CJ
Stroud,
threw like
he
red zone
had 3
interceptions.
turnovers. So you know what I mean. He converts on one of them. It probably ends up in a different
for
outcome.
sure.
So it is what it is.
All good. Tennessee, Jacksonville cooked them. Trevor Lawrence, 2 TDs.
I didn't watch a second of that game. I saw the scores obviously
Cooked 'em.
because of red zone, but I didn't watch a
Miami,
second of
Vegas
that.
was actually like pretty good game.
He
Vegas
had-
is kind of like they're locked in since they had the coaching change. They're kind of more of a team now than individuals. It feels like.
I think he just won himself the coaching job, right?
I mean,
I don't see how they don't keep him in Las Vegas. He has those boys playing so hard.
I mean, the thing about head coaches in the NFL, like, you don't even have to call plays. You have to be a good motivator and a good decision maker. Yeah. And I think Antonio Pierce, I'm not sure about decision maker yet, but he's a great motivator. Like, I'd want to play for a guy like him over a guy like Josh McDaniels.
Exactly what the guys in the locker room are saying too, right? Yeah. They just love playing for him.
So. Their problem is they don't have a quarterback. They don't have a quarterback. I mean, call a spade a spade. They don't have a quarterback.
Shout out Aiden O'Connell though.
Yeah, he's
playing well.
He's serviceable, but you're not winning anything with it.
No.
Jimmy G or Aiden O'Connell. Dallas, Carolina route. Carolina scored 1 touchdown. Thank God it was Tommy Tremble.
Thank God it was Tommy Tremble.
What? Like, Tommy Tremble scores the only time.
Right. The second, and that's the one thing too, like, even though I tailed the play, like, I saw it, I'm thinking to myself, Carolina probably literally only scores maybe 1 time.
Maybe 2. And everyone's taking Thielen or Chuba Hubbard or Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
I'm taking Tommy motherfucking Tremble.
Damn. New friend of the program.
New friend of the program. Where's the Kenta Maeda jersey? He's a friend of the program too.
Yes, he is.
Detroit, Chicago. This is probably the game of the day.
Yeah, dude. What a crazy game that was.
I mean, like, you're up 26-14 with like 3 minutes left. Like, you can't lose that game, and that's why the Bears are a bad team. Bears are a bad team because they don't know how to finish games.
Yeah, they probably should have won. And I was sitting here waiting, looking in the Discord. I'm like, when is Larry gonna live the Lions? Because that's one I was looking at. I was scared.
I like the Bears. I like the Bears. I didn't think the Lions. I thought the Bears were gonna cover. I didn't think they were gonna win, but the way it was going, I was like, I think they're gonna cover 7.5. I'm not gonna take the Lions.
Right.
I like the Bears.
Yeah.
I live bet the Texans -2.5.
Yeah.
That was
little sweaty, but that was a good look.
Green Bay versus the Chargers.
Yeah.
I mean, the Chargers stink. If I'm the Chargers, I'm letting Brandon Staley go tomorrow. That team's underachieving like crazy. They're hurt, but they just like make the dumbest mistakes week after week, and at some point, someone has to be held accountable.
Dude, it's literally every week. I don't know how this guy still has a job.
Dude,
if they were in a big market, like, imagine if that, dude. I mean, imagine if he was the coach here. Oh my God, he would have been gone weeks ago.
With the Chargers, though,
crazy.
when Anthony Lynn was the coach, they had the same exact issues.
Yeah,
they can't finish games. They dominate most of the game and they blow it at the end. Same shit with the Chargers every week. Shout out our boy Prince. He's a diehard Chargers fan. Life full of pain.
Yeah, listen, he stays true to him though.
He stays true to the Chargers. Talks a lot of shit.
Respect. I tell him though. Listen, you live in Philly, like, you can always come over to the Eagles. We'll gladly have you, but he stays true to the Chargers. So
Giants, Commanders. Good win for the Giants, man. Shout out Tommy DeVito.
Didn't really watch a second of that game either, but
yeah, there wasn't much to watch.
I saw the scores.
I mean, another guy who probably should be fired today is Ron Rivera.
Yeah.
I mean, they aren't going anywhere. They have talent. They're losing to Tommy DeVito and the 1-7 Giants.
Yeah, at home that probably shouldn't happen.
His job should be should be released.
Now, I don't think the Commanders are that good. It's
talent.
a division game. Yeah. You know what I mean? The Giants, like I said, it gets to a point where, like, you lose every week, and like these guys in the Giants locker room got to be like, all right, guys, like, we got to come out and play hard.
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
but shout out Tommy DeVito, man. Like, yeah, I guess I don't know what his stats were, but he won the game. He balled.
So. Rest of the games were kind of stinkers. San Fran, Tampa Bay. I mean.
Yeah, didn't really watch any of that.
Stinker. Shout out Ayuk. Buffalo.
He's been balling.
He's balling. Man. Buffalo versus the Jets. I mean, that
didn't really watch.
32-6. I mean, at some point, the Jets just have to say, like, listen, we're done with Zach Wilson. We had nothing better when Rodgers got hurt. It can't hurt to just sign anyone off the street. You probably are going to get better production than you are from Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
It's the truth. It's just the truth. You could sign RG3. You're going to get the same thing, maybe better. I don't know. Who else? Could have got Dobbs.
Yeah,
they didn't get Dobbs.
Could have definitely got Dobbs.
Anybody but Zach Wilson, and you decided that. I get it. It's first game of the year, like, who are you going to bring in to get the playbook down? Like, Zach Wilson has it, but, man, after 2 weeks, you see right away, like, this guy is really bad.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
I don't blame them, but
like
right
you
now,
said, they lose Rodgers week 1.
Yeah,
you know what
it's
I mean?
a tough
Wilson's
spot.
familiar with it. They drafted him very high in the draft, right? So I'm okay. Like, if I was a Jets fan, like, yeah, I'd be disappointed in how he's playing, but I wouldn't have gotten mad by letting them rock out with Zach
I'm
Wilson.
not, and I wasn't mad at that either. But now going to week 10. It's the same thing.
Kind of just have to chalk it up, though. You know what I mean?
I guess you could chalk it up. Yeah, you're right. But you could also bring in a guy like Yeah, they're out of it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Rams, Seahawks was a good game.
That's the game I was locked into.
That was a good game. We had the Rams money line and plus 3.5 in Discord from Zlotny and Tommy.
I lived it.
Yeah, I wrote too. You know, Stafford.
I didn't live it 3 times like Tommy did, but I lived it.
Stafford kind of stunk. I was kind of like hoping when he was hurt that I was like, yo, I kind of want to see Carson Wentz today. Kind of wanted to see Carson Wentz.
I didn't even know Wentz was on the team until they panned to that sideline shot, and I was like, oh crap.
I wanted to see Carson Wentz not because I think he's going to be good, because Carson Wentz reminds me of a time in life where like the Eagles stunk and he came in and he changed the whole trajectory of the Eagles. It's crazy to say because he didn't win the Super Bowl, but the Eagles were really bad for a couple years. We got Carson Wentz. He brought life back to us. Then he stunk, but the feeling of how much we loved Carson Wentz when we got him, in that first 2 years was amazing.
Changed the whole energy of the city,
dude,
for sure.
Literally. Now, he might stink, but he didn't stink when we had him, and that's where.
Yeah, people could say whatever they want about Wentz. Like when he was with, for the majority of when he played in Philly, he was solid. He was good. Like, dude, I don't care what anybody says.
He should have won the MVP.
He's not good now. In the back end of his stint with the Eagles, obviously he wasn't great. But I really think a lot of that stemmed from like, again, it's ironic too. He got hurt against the Rams during that Super Bowl run. But it's tough. Like you're playing MVP caliber ball. Your team is probably the best team in the NFL, and then they go on to win the Super Bowl with a backup quarterback. Like that puts a lot of pressure on you to come back in the next year, right, and perform. So I think a lot of that kind of hurt him, but it is what it is.
It's all good, but I still secretly like root for Carson. Like
100%.
I'm a closet Carson Wentz fan.
It's not
cool to like Carson Wentz in Philly. It's just not.
Yeah, that's your typical.
Yeah, I'm rooting for him.
Typical Eagle fan.
Yeah, literally.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. All right, last game of the day: Denver versus Minnesota. Stinker. I turned it off. I saw Josh Dobbs score. I saw Josh Oliver first touchdown plus 5,000.
I was stressing that game.
You had the Broncos.
Broncos money line, and it probably should have lost, but that's gambling. You get lucky sometimes.
How'd they win? I was it last second?
Dude, they were probably in the red zone 4 times, settled for 3 field goals. It was 17.
I turned it off
15.
At half. So how'd they score to go up? Did they go up 21-20 or was it 21-17?
No, it was 17. It was 17-12. They got a turnover, right? They were on the 9-yard line. Then there was an offensive PI, so it backed them up. They had to settle for a field goal. Ended up being 17-15.
So they had 5 field goals.
Now, this is where it gets crazy because they come out and they get a 3-and-out, right? There's probably like 6 minutes left. It's like 4th and 5. Vikings are on like their own like 38. They run a fake punt, dude, and get it and run it all the way inside of like Denver's like 40. But then they got to stop. Denver had to settle for a field goal, and then Russ took him down the field. And dude chucked up like some BS pass, and Cortland Sutton just went up and grabbed it.
Dude, Cortland Sutton is his guy. Like I took Jerry Jeudy last night to score, but that's only because I thought Cortland Sutton was like going to be backed by everybody, so I just stayed off of him.
Yeah.
Dude, Cortland Sutton he's
good, man.
He's pretty
big
good.
Receiver,
and he makes like really hard
contested catches for sure.
Like the touchdown he scored last week, the toe touch, that was insane.
It's nasty.
It's not up there, but the best catch I've ever seen to score a touchdown is Santonio Holmes in the Super Bowl.
It's crazy.
Against the Cardinals.
It's crazy.
Like that, how Ben Roethlisberger had to put that ball,
pass,
everything, and the toe tap was great. Cortland Sutton's toe tap that week was up there.
It was a great play.
It was up there.
Great play.
But yeah, it was pretty good NFL Sunday. Finally, like a really fun one. It felt like. Discord went crazy.
Yeah,
everything, and then to top it off later that night, Tommy smacks an NBA parlay, which was great. Hold on one sec. Let me see.
Yeah, shout out Grayson Allen. Oh my God, double overtime.
I mean,
we were sitting on 1-3 for a while too, and he should have got that earlier in the game, but
how did Devin Booker not score 4 points in overtime?
Yeah, I have no idea. No idea.
Dude, I needed 30 points. I would have cashed another plus 1,300 away.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, he didn't score at all. It was surprising.
But the NBA's been a fun like first couple weeks of the season. A hot take. It might not be a hot take that I have is the in-season tournament courts are atrocious. They're horrible. If you like the courts, I don't know. You probably have bad taste. I don't know.
It just feels like they're trying to do a little bit too much.
It's just like ugly,
right?
It's just ugly.
I'm enjoying it. I think these games are great for props. I think guys are taking it seriously. I think they're playing hard.
In terms of props, they're great. I'm just talking about the actual court. Like, not appeasing to the eye would not.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Would change that in a second.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, it's ugly.
Yeah.
When the Sixers played the Hawks, it was like light blue the court.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's probably my favorite one though. I'm not gonna lie. Out of like all the.
But why is it light blue? The Hawks are red and black.
Yeah, no, I hear you. The color scheme probably doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense.
It is what it is.
Yeah, so it's like
Sixers are rolling though.
Sixers are rolling. The Eagles are rolling. Phillies made it to World Series, or didn't make it to the.
Didn't make it to the World Series. Probably should have made it to the World Series.
Yeah, they probably should have made it to the World Series. It's all good. We're in a good spot in Philly right now. Big game tonight. I like the Eagles tonight.
Yeah.
I hate my number one rule. My number one rule in sports is don't bet against Patrick Mahomes. But I really think it's an Eagles line. I think the Eagles are a better all-around team than the Chiefs this year, especially on offense. They're mad about the Super Bowl, which is obviously big take. But
that narrative is like the one that I actually would buy stock in.
Yeah,
I feel like the Eagles probably want to win the game more, if that makes any sense. I mean, the Chiefs don't not want to win the game, but I think obviously the Eagles have a chip on their shoulder. Now, I don't think I'm gonna bet it. It'll be a game I probably live or hope Larry lives it. But if I had to take it, I'm sorry, Eagles fans, I probably would lead Chiefs. I'm not gonna lie,
you're a dickhead.
But I'm not gonna bet it.
Here's the thing. Jason Kelce has never beat the Chiefs in his entire career. Not even when Travis was here, Mahomes. Not one time has he beat the Chiefs.
Wow, I didn't know that.
This is probably Jason Kelce's last year. Whether it's this year or next year, he's at the end.
He's at the end.
It's now or never. All of the hype is going into your brother, Taylor Swift, the Chiefs. They're showing him every game. Big brother needs to go into Arrowhead tonight, rally the troops, and take down little bro. And you know Taylor Swift's going to be up there. As a Philly person, I know she's got to be cool enough to say, I love this guy, Travis, but you can't get me to root against the Eagles. There isn't anything in the world that could get me to root against the Eagles. And if she's a true Eagles fan, she's not rooting against the Eagles.
Dude, I'm about to cry, bro. You just like...
I mean, literally, like...
You just convinced me...
Eagles money line.
To bet the Eagles money line.
I mean, think about being an Eagles fan. Think about being an Eagles fan real quick. You meet the girl of your dreams. You love her. You love her. You'll do anything in the world for her. She plays for this team. But it's against a team that you loved your whole life, and you bleed green. Who are you rooting for?
Oh, bro, I'm rooting for my team, bro.
I'm rooting for my team. I want my person to succeed out there, but there is nothing that's getting me to root against my team.
Bro.
You can kick rocks, right?
I'm rooting for my squad.
Yeah, bro. Know Taylor Swift's going to be there. You know she's going to be like, oh, it's my home team and my boyfriend. But
is she going to be there? Is that like confirmed?
I mean, she's not there.
Let's go. I like that even more, baby. Oh, she's stuck in Brazil.
Poor girl.
Feel so bad. I feel so bad for her.
Yeah, her shows are lit. I'm a Swiftie.
Oh, I love her music.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with Taylor. There's nothing wrong with Taylor Swift. No, I don't love her music.
Yeah, he's capping for the chat.
But listen, go Birds. Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles money line tonight. Jalen Hurts probably balls out.
What's your Can we talk about that? Do you have any like early like looks for touchdown scores in that game or?
So I just kind of think about how I hit a plus 5,800 parlay in the Super Bowl, which is great. So I kind of think about how I thought that day.
That was a great game for betting though.
Dude, that was amazing.
Gonna lie.
I think AJ Brown finds, but you know that's typical. Like AJ Brown touchdown. Like I'm not changing. I'm not making any moves here.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if that's thrown in the same game parlay. There's value there, so it doesn't.
I don't really know on the Chiefs. I think one of the Eagles tight ends, because Goddard's out. So the Eagles got Jacksonville, Grant Calicontra, but a sneaky guy that's gonna probably be in around the goal line because he's a big body is this guy Alberto. He's been on the practice squad. He was on Denver. Alberto could find himself in a goal line touchdown scoring position.
Yeah, listen, I don't even know who Alberto is, but guess what? I'm betting it.
No, I don't know if I'm betting it yet. He's plus 1,500.
I will.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I like AJ Brown. Everything
Alberto.
AJ Brown tonight. I like DeAndre Swift too. Any big Thanksgiving plans? What are you doing?
At the crib, like always.
We're hosting Thanksgiving. First time homeowner, first time Thanksgiving. I already told Mrs. Larry. 12 o'clock comes, I'm on that couch, I'm gambling all day. I'm hanging with my family. I'm eating food. I'll do it. I'll clean the dishes if you want after the games. I'm not cooking. I'm not cleaning. I love you so much, but I got to lock in for the cord. Thanksgiving, everyone's tuned in. That's all we're doing.
Wow, bro. Mom, I'm sorry, but I think I'm going to slide to Larry's for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome to come to
Thanksgiving at Larry's sounds like
Bro,
a phenomenal time.
The thing is, like, my family doesn't understand that, like, my mom's like, stop gambling. I'm like, Mom, you don't get it. Like, she's like, get off your phone. I'm like, Mom, the Discord needs me. I do this for a living. Stop trying to tell me what to do. I'm 30 years old. I'm gambling. So it is what it is. It is what it is. This is what I'm doing. You don't like it?
I can see like 5 years ago that make some really
that
good
would make sense 5 years ago. But now, like, Mom, I'm locked in. Sorry. Like, I'm looking at my phone. I'm gambling. I can hear you. I'm not one of those people that can look at my phone and not hear you. I can hear what you're saying, but I'm gambling.
That's actually a good point, though. Like, do you ever, like, obviously, because you're always locked in, right? I'm not always. I don't. You know, I don't give out plays or anything, so I'm not. I mean, I make my bets, whatever, follow them. But like, do you ever find yourself like? Does it get like annoying, like always being locked in on your phone or iPad, or are you just used to it now?
I'm used to it now, but I don't even feel like I'm like some people, like this guy to my right, he can look at his phone.
Shout out Jake.
And he can't.
Funk man.
He can't even like hear anything else that's going on in the world. It's just like the truth of the matter. Same with my wife. She looks at her phone. She can't hear me telling a story or talking to her. I could look at my phone and I got all my senses working still. And that had to be trained because you can't do this job and make the people you love around you unhappy because you're not present. So I literally had to like train my brain to
damn, Larry speaking facts
focus
early in the day.
And hear it and comprehend it. Otherwise, like, you're not going to have a happy life. Your wife won't like you. Your mom won't like you. Your friends won't like you. You're that guy that's always on his phone. And I am that guy that always.
Honestly, I don't like Larry at all.
Right?
I'm just here.
I do always have my phone present. I got
here.
my phone, my iPad. I got everything present because I'm locked in. But I know everything that's going on around me.
Yeah.
When I'm around people who don't understand what I do, I have to explain it to them. Like, yo,
right.
I might look at my phone a lot. It's because this is what I'm doing. It's not personal. I can still hear you all the time and I'm still present.
Yeah.
But there are people who cannot be present sometimes, and that's a huge issue that needs to be like addressed. And that's not only him.
I get like that sometimes.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. Tommy could do it all the time too. He'll be sitting next to me. I'm like, yo, just tell him the whole thing. Didn't hear a word I said.
Yeah.
It's just.
You know what's funny about that? And like, I like with my siblings and with my mom, like, I'm not a big like they'll text me like where like it could be something where like, yeah, just call. Yeah. You know what I mean? We'll bang out the conversation.
You ain't been answering my calls recently.
Well, sometimes you call me when I'm working, but
yeah.
But for the most part, how many times do I usually answer?
You're probably
I'm a big on the phone.
Probably 0 for 3 the last 3 calls, but it's all good. He's like, yo, what's up? I'm like, yo, what's going on?
But do I text you right away, like
yeah,
what I'm doing and why I can't answer the phone?
Good.
All right,
but yeah, great week for sports betting, great week for family, great week for fun. We're gonna give away some stuff in the Discord this week. We're gonna run some promos. Always fun to give back to the people in the Discord. You know, the Discord's more about a community and a family feel. Obviously, we have to win our bets to continue to have that family feel. But man, I see people in there talking all day, every day.
I'll tell you this, like even when the cord's not running hot, right? Like I'll still see comments, especially in like either the football chat or the basketball chat, just people having fun. It's like, I mean, like you said, I think what you guys built community-wise is awesome. You have a lot of good people in there. Like I said, even when it's not running that good, people are still enjoying themselves. They're having a good time. You guys always keep the energy high.
Yeah, right? I mean, listen,
which I think is so important.
Emotions are a huge thing in this game. You can't change up when it's going bad or when it's going good.
100%.
And when it's bad, I think people really like that we don't change up. Like, I'm still the same. You see me. I don't have a bad day.
Doesn't change.
It doesn't change. I could lose.
Can't.
I could lose more money than some people make in like 5 months worth of work, or 6 months or a year. Who fucking knows?
Still be the same guy.
And I literally wake up the next because I can't change it. I can't change what just happened.
You can't stress. Like, even if you lose a bad parlay or something, like,
yeah, you're over it.
You gotta be like.
Yeah, I'm over
I needed me. I don't bet as much as like these guys do, but like I had a 10-team college football parlay. It was like $80. for like 8,300. I needed Oregon State money line. And I texted Larry the second it ended. And,
it's like I'm devastated.
And I was like, listen, we got NFL tomorrow. You know what I mean? You can't. Like, I used to be like that. I would get so angry and so upset, but you
That's
just can't,
we were poor.
Man. You can't.
We were poor.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. We also were betting when we were in college, which probably wasn't smart
we
either,
were freaking, like, we had our friends crying, like, yo, I lost all my money. Like, we were in college, like, betting way too much. I'm sure there's some people listening that are in that same position, but once you get out of that bad rut of betting over your
means,
over your means, like, it's all, you figure it out.
That's first and foremost, right?
Yeah.
You're never gonna have one success or one even enjoy it if you're doing stuff like that. But it's hard, right? I'm not here to.
Dude, I hit a parlay. Was it $37 or 47,000?
It's crazy.
That was one of the best things to happen to me and the worst things to happen to me, because the best thing to happen to me is obviously I grew a following. I won $47,000. They took 13 right away, so 34. But I was chasing that feeling for like another couple months after that, and all of a sudden half of it's gone.
That's how it happens. You hit one big one, it's like, oh, I could do this every day.
So now,
but can I touch on that really quick?
Yeah.
I know Jake knows this story, but Roger, he texted our group chat this parlay like 2 hours before the games even started. Not a single one of us tailed it. We were so upset. The 37th, dude. I look at it, I'm like, bro, it was
just
I was devastated.
The whole sequence.
I usually tail stuff like that.
The whole sequence of events was crazy, and like I can't even. It could be like a movie. Like Ben Simmons gets a triple double, like the last minute of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Trae Young hits a 3, and then gets taken out immediately after. Donovan Mitchell like goes out, comes back in, goes out, comes back in. He has 22 points in the first half, has 26 at the end of the third. They're up by 30. Blowout.
Grizzlies, and I texted Jay, I'm like, yo, Grizzlies about to go on a run. They're going like a 13-0 run. He checks
in, gets a bucket, checks out. They make another run. He checks back in, gets a bucket, comes out. Like Luka had like 40 points in the third quarter. So I was going to say, that was the icing on the cake. Like the last leg, the last leg is usually the most stressful. Like this dude, Luka, destroyed the Clippers, dude. Yeah, he always, I think it might have.
Stress-free for 45
racks. Grand. But like I said, it was great. But it also was like, as a big learning lesson, it was a gut punch. It was the most exhilarating feeling, but 4 months later, like I almost wish it didn't happen because I didn't know how to handle it. Now I know how to handle it. Like this past week, like I won a lot of money, paid myself, nothing changes. Not chasing that same feeling, but that time, that was a gut punch losing that money.
No,
not all of it.
That's so true, man.
Yeah, I mean I'm not the only person. I mean,
it happens.
And it was kind of like a rarity to hit one that big then. Now it's like you see that shit every night.
Yeah, anytime you hit something like that, like it's you know what I mean, that might be the only one you ever even come close.
Plus 129,000 like
to hitting.
I may never hit those odds again in my life, and I
can't take them for granted, and you can't think you're gonna do it every week because it's not.
The people that try and do it every week go broke.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate seeing people on Twitter like preaching like those kind of lottos because, dude, you might hit one or two in your life, bro.
You'll see it all the time. It's like it just takes one time to crack one of these, and it's like, dude, you're not even.
Dude, I'd rather bet 110 every day than
doing that.
Go for plus 100,000 every day.
Yeah.
Granted, if you do one or two every single day throughout the year, the odds that you get close a few times, obviously
you'll get very close.
Yeah, if you round robin them, obviously, but like it takes a while to crack one like that. But those tickets are fun. I'm more focused on like 10-1 odds now, plus 1,000. They're my bread and butter. And Tommy is locked in, Zlot's locked in, Rocket's locked in, Gay for Gamble's locked in, Craig's locked in.
The whole Discord's doing.
Yeah, everyone's locked in. I mean,
love to see it.
We're very real about the expectations of winning and losing every week. It's not easy. If it was easy, everyone would do it.
Correct.
If it was easy, everyone would do it. So that's what I hate when people are like, "Oh, this guy did 30 tickets yesterday." Like, dude, shut up, dude. Yeah. Like, I lost yesterday. I won today. Like, why are you hating? It's a lot like
you're always gonna have that, and like if I put myself in your shoes, I can see it both ways. Just don't pay that any mind.
Yeah,
like
when people always ask me like, what happens when you lose and people lose money? I say it's a lot like a celebrity who goes into the tabloids. And I don't want to say I'm comparing myself to a celebrity at all.
I understand.
The basis of it.
I understand what you're saying.
They go into the tabloids and they see lies made up about them on Twitter, on And when I explain that to people, and people are like complaining and like, this guy stinks, he had a bad week, like, they're just making shit up. Like, they're just, like, you can't let it get to you.
But
like,
that goes back to the point where, like, I think what you built with this community, it's a really, really good thing because, yeah, they don't know you personally, but they know you, right? Like, you're always, like I said, it's the energy's always high. You never change your mood.
Yeah. All right, real quick, we're wrapping this up. This man Gilly calls Frank every day for his picks.
We talk.
Gilly's Frank's picks plug. So, what'd you give Gilly yesterday?
Which is kind of crazy.
What'd you give Gilly yesterday?
We were on the phone. So he was in Vegas. I think Shakur or whatever his name is fought. So he was out there. He called me yesterday. Well, at first he texted me. He's like, "Yo," because we bet college football too. But he texted me yesterday. He goes, "Yo, what are the picks today? Like no duds, LOL." Because I gave him. We had a good Saturday, but I think the picks I gave him. I think we split or we won. Or
nah, you lost one, but you're capping. You lost one. You
probably
went 3 and 4.
That's what I'm saying. It was it was either split or whatever. But
that's when you know when they say or whatever. It's a little less. All right, go ahead.
But then I call him and I'm like, listen, what I like early at 1, I like Green Bay +3. And then I asked him what he liked. He said he liked the Cardinals, and I was up in the air about it because I liked the Cardinals, but then I didn't. Texans was playing hot. You were on the Texans. But Gilly's like, I like the Cardinals. I was like, all right, you know what? Let's just rock Cardinals +5.5 and Green Bay +3. We ended up buying it up a little bit, still at plus money. So he ended up having.
Is Gilly gonna call you today? What you like?
Well, it's the Eagles, so we probably won't talk about the game tonight because I know where he's gonna put his money at.
Yeah. Cool.
But
well, great week.
He also took Denver and the Rams, so he had a pretty
Gilly's
good
nice.
Sunday.
Gilly's tough.
I always ask him what he's on because
he
knows a lot. He knows a lot about
he's
sports.
so funny too.
So
he's so funny.
He's the man. Shout out Gil.
Yeah, shout out Gil.
Just a great.
I don't know when Gil's coming to the studio. We're gonna try and get a.
I'd love to go back on his show.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun.
Dude, someone came up to me in Giant and was like, "Yo, you work for Barstool?" I'm like, "Nah, why?" He's like, I saw you with Gilly, didn't I?" I'm like, "Yeah, you saw me on stream with Gilly. That was cool."
Talk about like the energy, like you just said, like nothing better than like sitting here on a Saturday and just watching the game with your boys. But like watching the game with Gilly's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
He brings
a
too
lot of
much
energy. I got crazy secondhand highs sitting there with him.
He gets really invested in
my
stuff.
eyes got so small when I was sitting there with him because I was just like, he's just blowing the smoke in my face.
that was great.
We had fun, but all right,
he's the man.
That was a great episode. We had a great week in the Discord. We're gonna offer some promos this week for Thanksgiving, Black Friday.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
everybody.
Thanksgiving. We love you all. That's a wrap.
Thanksgiving at Larry's.
Thanksgiving at Larry's.